I've had some time to think through trading Sam Howell, but none of the teams other than the Falcons have a winning record, and he still has value as our backup quarterback. However, we will make a deal with those Atlanta Falcons because they are in contention for the division like it always is in the NFC South. Michael Penix is having a stellar year, but they are tied for last place in pass rush. Uchenna Nwosu is in the final year of his contract, and it seems like he has lost his role on this roster, and he'll upgrade their roster in exchange for a 5th round pick. I considered upgrading the team in other positions, but we have a pretty strong roster with depth for now. And with the extra roster spot, we will sign Gordon Hicks, a hidden development running back. I'm sure we'll have a role for him eventually. We will see these New York Giants for the 3rd straight year, and it will also round out our NFC East games this season, where we have a 1-1-1 record. They have Daniel Jones still under center with an 0-8 record and last in points, so the odds of this being a trap game is extremely high. We have some key injuries on the defense, so there's going to be a lot of guys that need to be ready for this one. One of them is Brandon Ballard, who's going to have his first start out at strong safety. He's actually the best tackler we have out of the backups in our secondary. He's not a bad corner either, but after the block kick last week, I think he's earned himself some playing time. The biggest issue we have as of late is to mitigate our turnovers. Bird has 5 interceptions in the last 3 games, and obviously the most recent one was his worst performance to his career. To his defense, the Cowboys' defense is top-notch. However, today's matchup is a great opportunity for this offense to bounce back. But it'll be the Giants to kick us off, and welcome to Week 9. This side of the ball has been one of the best in the league to start. And the defense will welcome Daniel Jones on the first play with the sack. Derek Hall adding on to his career year. And now Williams attacks up the middle. The former Giant plants Jones, and this could be a long day for them. As Walker's first carry doesn't get much, but it's coming back. Hold was on McDonald as we jump to 3rd and long. We have been extremely undisciplined as of late, and that's also not helping the offensive struggles, as McLeod will make the most out of this, which will result in a punt. They'll run it with Singletary, and he'll move the sticks for the first time for the Giants. But we are going to add on to this injured defense as Byron Murphy can barely add any weight onto his foot at the moment. He obviously would not return. As Jones flips this to the outside and caught by Theo Johnson. That time he was successful to pick on Brandon Ballard with his first start at safety. And this time Pritchett gets beat. He can't bring him down, and the Giants will get this inside the 30. Nehemiah Pritchett really struggled against Dallas last game, and I think he's much better than this, but he's got to finish this play with the tackle. 1st and long after a holding call. And there goes Singletary gashing right up the middle. Witherspoon will track him down, but it'll be at the 5. This is the cost we pay when the majority of our defensive line is on the sidelines. As Jones gets upended by Ballard. Impressive hit for his 3rd tackle of the game. Again with Singletary, and he's not gonna punch it in. Leonard Williams stuffs him, and the Giants will only be able to get 3 out of this drive. Here's a fastball, caught by Cook. That's a good sign for him to secure it, but unfortunately, he's gonna be sidelined with an injury. Our guys are just gonna have to figure it out with who we have, and that's a solid player to rely on. Metcalf will get us across midfield. Even with the offense in a funk, he's been the most reliable option still. And here's a deep shot, and he's got a step. Caught in the end zone! But hold your horses. This one is coming back on a legal man downfield. Paul was on Tyler Steen, but man, just when you think things are back into place, we get an absolute buzzkill. And instead of being up 7, we're dealing with 3rd and long. As Charbonnet races for the marker, and he's gonna be shy by an inch. Offense will stay on, trying to draw them off sides, but they do snap it, and a laser right into the chest of Taylor, and the drive will continue. Rick Taylor, 137 yards against the Cowboys, and now he's a little eye candy so that Walker can make the most out of this run for 7. And another injury on the field. It's Christian Haynes. Fortunately, this isn't too serious, but he's done for the day. LeMayer will take over. And this third down throw to Taylor is swatted down. This was a solid drive, but it will only result in a long field goal attempt. And that's almost blocked, but Myers puts enough on it to tie this game up. When we're in the red zone, we gotta finish those plays with 6. As Owe finishes Jones on the drive with a sack. His second of the year will give us a shot to pile on to this low-scoring affair, as this high punt by Jamie Gillian will be fair caught by Parks at the 27. These are key drives because it's clear that the offense hasn't been in total sync, so how can we be smart? As the rocket from Bird had too much mustard on it. Sometimes we trust Cal Bird's big arm a little too much, but that's what's led to some questionable decisions, just like it does right here. This time Jaden Hicks will get both hands on it as the Giants will take over at midfield. One thing that needs to be improved on for Bird is throwing with touch. If this is lobbed over Taylor's head, it could have been 6. But instead, it's excellent starting field position for the Giants. And Jones is gonna find a wide open man. It's Theo Johnson, the tight end. And this massive play will get them well inside the red zone. With the job the defense is doing, we'd hate for it to be wasted because we can't take care of the football. As Johnson makes another catch against Ballard, and he'll get another 7. Chance to bail the offense out again. Jones will scramble, but he can't avoid the pressure. It's Adafe Owe with number 2. New York will just get 3 out of it, and that is how the score will fall in the first half. Our offense has been underwhelming once again, and we've spoken about this 2 weeks ago. It's all of these self-inflicted penalties and turnovers. This is a good enough team to win, but it's clear that we have to straighten up moving forward with this game and beyond. The one key factor is we also need to get the ground game going, and that's exactly what they do, and what a surprise, it's coming back. That time it was on McLeod. Gotta find a way to get Walker going, but there's too much heat in the backfield. Giants now sending the house, throw downfielders to a wide open man. This is Braden Parks with his first career catch, and he may and is gonna go the distance. Touchdown, Seattle! He is in the play because Cook was injured, and the speedster out of USC just delivered the biggest play of the game. What a moment for the rookie Parks, as Bird is now 9 of 20 for 143 yards. Here's our next possession as Walker will burst his way through for a massive gain of 16. It's another slow start for the offense, and you would hope the run game opens up the pass, as McDonald will move the chains with that catch. Nate McDonald has been someone we love going to lately, as well in short yardage situations. But the big play belongs to that guy, as Metcalf will get this well inside Giants territory. Even with the interception struggles, the accuracy is still on point for Bird, as Walker will make this third and manageable. Always looking for Taylor in these spots. And the throw to him here is nearly picked off. Bird didn't see the linebacker there, and we'll consider ourselves lucky that Myers has a shot. And he misses it wide right. Man, when things are going south, it really goes bad. Myers missed a big one against the Cowboys, and now the Giants with a chance to take the lead. It starts with Neighbors, and he'll fight forward for the all-important first down. We're gonna need to make sure he doesn't get heated up, as Jones has all day, and back to Neighbors he goes, running across, and the Giants are moving the ball effectively on the last few plays. This is why momentum is not needed in the game, because you can feel it while it progresses. But that will hold it off. Big time sack by Adafe Owe. He's been a menace against Andrew Thomas all game and powers his way through for number 3 of the game. And here's the final play of the third quarter. It's a wide open man downfield. Justin Ross will make up all the ground, and it's gonna be an interesting finish here in Lumen Field. They get a free play. It's a toss to Neighbors again. It's caught, and a big time tackle to keep him from crossing the goal line. Giants are knocking at the door, and the D-line knocks them back. This defense has been so good in these types of situations, but better blocking here, and Singletary is gonna walk in for the touchdown. Giants take the lead in the fourth quarter, and this offense will be battle-tested again. It starts with Walker, who will be dragged down for 6 as we enter the final 6 minutes of this game. You don't want to just air it out. There's still plenty of time, and this is why we can trust Walker to barrel his way through for a new fresh set of downs. Now trying to catch them with a play fake. Shot to Metcalf, and he's got it! Across the 20 and tripped up near the 10. If there's any questions if Bird can make the big throws, he's answered that, as Walker rockets his way in for a solid gain of 9. Walker slow to get up, so in comes Gordon Hicks in his debut. He'll get the carry looking for space, and a bunch of white jerseys will make sure he doesn't go further. It's gonna have to be Bird's arm to finish this. Bird to the end zone. Touchdown! DK Metcalf with another big-time performance, and the Giants get tangled up in the end zone. That usually happens to us, but this time in our favor, to spring open for the Hawks to regain the lead late in the fourth quarter. It all comes down to our defense that has been reliable. But Johnson makes the catch and runs by Dotson. Down the sidelines with tons of room, and the Giants are not dead yet. Field goal does them no good. They need 6. And will hit the warning. Catch is made. Second down. Jones trying to beat the Seahawks twice in this series, but that sails over his receiver's head. Dotson with better coverage on Slayton there. Third down. Jones will throw. Quick hitter is incomplete. Nice play made by Kendrick Duhan, who has been terrific in the secondary, and it all comes down to this. Pressure being sent. Jones feels it, and he can't get away from it. How about Terrell Bernard filling in for a play and puts the hammer down on the Giants' offense? Walker looking to finish it. Walker breaks away and gets a chunk for the first down. They'll bring in 2 backs on third down. Another one will win it. It goes to the rookie. Great block by Walker, and Gordon Hicks will call game. There is your final 17-13 on a game that was a bit too exciting against a winless team, but we found some way to get it done. Interceptions are still an issue, but we have cleaned it up a bit by getting Walker more involved and getting it out of Cal Bird's hands faster. It's not going to be done and fixed in a game, but I do appreciate what I've seen from the rookie in this game, even though the stat line wasn't that great. But this defense has been carrying us pretty much the entire season. Now, I'm not sure if they fixed something on the new updates, because offense was really easy in the beginning of the series, and now it feels like defenses are really tightening up. If things get a bit too easy, I'll switch up the settings. But that was a great win after that awkward game against the Cowboys, and it turned into Odafe Oweh's coming out party as he takes home the Player of the Week award. He was the biggest acquisition this offseason, and I'd love to see him get going even more going forward. It's been a slow start, but there's plenty of games for him to make an even bigger impact. But our pass rush will be taking a hit because Byron Murphy is out for the next 3 games. He's been quite injury prone in this series, and might I add, his production has been dropping off, and we have a decision to make with his 5th-year option. The running back conversation. I might be a bigger fan of Gordon Hicks than Danny Beverly. However, they are 2 different types of backs. Beverly is a receiving back and Hicks is more of an elusive back, but ratings-wise, Hicks looks to be better and will get some more playing time. Back to the injury report, the next game against the Rams will not feature Puka Nacua. He's been dominating against us except for this season when we had Kendrick Duhan shadow him. But that's going to be tough for the rookie Tyler Foster, who we'll see again. Foster was quite turnover prone the last time we faced him, but he's coming off the best game of the season with 3 touchdowns and a win against the Raiders. We beat the Rams earlier in the season, and that was also the last game Cal Bird did not throw an interception, so hopefully the tide will turn in this one. But we did experience quite a bit of pressure, and that mainly was because of the great play of Braden Fist at that time. We'll need to keep him away from the backfield so Bird can get the appropriate amount of time to go through his progressions. Guys, thanks so much for your support, especially when I was out sick. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and like the video, especially when you want to see us start off the game with holding calls. It's such a setback when we put the rookie in these situations, but it helps with great protection, and what a start for those 2 to connect with 27 to open up the game. When our offensive line is in sync, it gives us so much flexibility, like Walker firing through the hole for a great start as well. And if Walker is featured more as we look to shrink the playbook again. And a wide open Metcalf coming across, and such an easy pitch and catch for the early start in the Rams territory. And now Walker! Smashed in the backfield by Kobe Turner, and the excitement will come to a halt for a moment. Now Bird with a man downfield. Taylor couldn't hold on. That might have been for 6, but this is a ball Taylor's got to get, even though it's a bit too high. We certainly want to get him going because he only had 2 catches against the Giants. And now the screen is blown up. And this great drive will only bring out Matt Ariza to boot this away. From near midfield, it's a high kick, and this one is going to be a bit too strong, so the Rams will have it at the 20 for Tyler Foster, making his second start against the Seahawks. Last time, he loved going to his tight end, and we have the same storyline to start as Noah Fant, the former Seahawk, gets the ball rolling. We moved on from Fant because of the growth of Nate McDonald, as Hall makes a nice play wrapping up Kyron Williams to only gain a yard. Foster also makes his decision pre-snap with where the football will go, and he's deciding to go long to Fant, and that is broken up by Tucker. What a nice job by the second-year safety, who's continued to be a big-time player in our secondary. As the rookie Beverly gets the carry, and what a surprise, this one's gonna come back. They caught Steven Gregory that time being a little too grabby in his stance. So here's Cal Bird from the gun. Zips this across, and this time Taylor will hold on and get a block from Cook on the outside. Explosive plays follow him every time this kid catches the ball, and there's a bright future ahead for him. As Bird's gonna rip this again, but this time he put too much on that fastball. McDonald had good enough separation, but instead it's 3rd down. Trying to find more touch to his delivery. And that's a beauty! Right in the breadbasket of Metcalf, and that's catch number 3 all here in the first quarter. Jumping ahead to 3rd down. Bird drops, and the pass is a little behind Kendrick Cook. He handles it and proceeds to move the sticks. Kendrick Cook has taken a bit of a step back. High expectations for him, but Taylor just added a bit more juice to this offense. And we'll have another 3rd down after that run. We love Taylor in these spots, and he couldn't hold on to it again. That one was a bit more challenging than the first, but usually he's so sure-handed. We do get 3, and we'll continue to play forward, as Fant is becoming the reliable option for Foster in the early stages of the game. Rams really have some good things going for them. And now jumping early is Odafe Owe. Christmas is over. No more gifts for yards would be nice. Let me know what you guys got for Christmas this year, as Foster gets decked by Hall, and that's a present worth enjoying. Our investment to this D-line is paying off as Owe comes screaming from the edge and takes him down. Back-to-back sacks. This was a very promising drive for the Rams, and it ends with a takedown by Nehemiah Pritchett. Pritchett has had some rough times recently. I still have tons of trust in him. And we have tons of trust in Taylor going deep and connecting again. Rick Taylor out of the slot is such a tough matchup for any corner out there. As Walker doesn't get much. Kobe Turner is having a good game. This time they send pressure. Passes caught by McLeod, but never a good sign when there's a flag. It's coming back, as Charbonnet will get some of it back on that powerful run. 3rd down, going empty. Looking for Taylor deep, and the accuracy just hasn't been there in this game. Jason Myers has already nailed one, and this 49-yard try is money. So the offense is moving the ball a bit, but no knockout punch. As the Rams tack on a field goal before the half, and we enter the 3rd quarter with a run by Williams, and he coughs up the football. It's still loose and finally recovered by Tucker. Penalty was on the Rams, but Ivan Pace punches it, and I'm not sure that it came out before the knee hit. The refs don't change their mind. Offense will march forward looking for our first touchdown. And you guessed it, it's coming back. When are we gonna learn that kills drives when we do that? And that does as well. Bird is sacked by Quincy Robinson, former 1st rounder. Taylor in the slot, but it's a deep shot to Metcalf, but too far out of reach. and the fumble won't result in a touchdown. From here, it's a 54-yard try, so the Seahawks are going to think this over and bring back out Jason Myers. And this is just good enough to extend the lead. Jason Myers has been hit or miss from 50 plus, but perfect that time as we try to add more onto this drive. Great protection, and a strike over the middle. Metcalf will fly inside the 25, and the Seahawks are trying to blow this wide open. It hasn't been touchdowns yet, but simple plays are going to give him confidence, especially when he's protecting the football like he has been. Walker stays in the backfield. Another run to the right side, and only for a couple. Third downs in the red zone has not been kind to us as of late. Bird trying to hit Cook, and that is incomplete. Taylor was open underneath, but the offense will stay aggressive. And they get someone to jump off sides, and this is going to be a free first down. Seahawks will work out of the pistol. Handoff to Walker, slips by a man, and he's going to trot in easily for a touchdown. Finally, one of these teams get a taste of the end zone, and thankfully it was us who were the ones able to punch it in. These offenses feel like they are moving like molasses, but it gets worse for the Rams, as Foster is taken down again, and this drive will also result in a punt with another 3-sack game by Odafe Oweh. Welcome to the Odafe Oweh episode we have been waiting for, as Braden Fisk is shaken up and will not return. That's a big loss for the Rams, as the screen is to Walker, and excellent blocking up front by our interior linemen to pick up first down yardage and more. Cal Bird now 12 for 21 with 228 yards on the day. Flag is down, ball is out, and Golston is able to track it down. It's against Seattle, and we get away with a big mistake. Golston having a tough day in the office blocking this defensive line. As Bird flips this out to a wide open man in Metcalf, and he's going to get all of it back and more. What an explosive play for the Seahawks. Rams couldn't believe it. They lost the challenge and a timeout. And now Taylor loses the defense, and Bird finds him in the end zone for a touchdown. Rick Taylor makes up for his early drops with another slot fade, and teams have not figured out how to adjust to his ability to separate. And that's how you boost up Cal Bird's confidence. Under 5 to go. Foster in the best field position in the game. But he's gonna be sacked again. Derek Hall adding on to his breakout season. And the Seahawks are like sharks that smell blood in the water. And the pressure is dialed up, and the big cat will swallow him up in the backfield. But it seems that Foster is a glutton for punishment as they hurry it up again. And down he goes again. Ivan Pace gets into the action, and that will be the 7th sack of the day. Foster is going to take a deep shot over the middle, and incomplete. Tucker denies it, and the Rams will get one final shot in the final minute to make the score more respectable. Blitz is sent again. Throwing deep over the middle, and it's intercepted. Kendrick Duhan with his first pick of his career, and that will seal up the back-to-back wins here in this episode. This defense is for real. In the past few seasons, these are the types of teams that we would fall to in trap games, but there's a different feel with this team that is beating the teams they should be beating. Offense is still a work in progress, but hey, we did not turn over the football, and that's all we could ask for after the last few games. We put a lot of pressure on Tyler Foster with the 7 sacks we had, and the cherry on top was the turnover by Kendrick Duhan to finish the day. This episode turned out to be the Odafe Oweh show, and he has turned it all the way on with back-to-back 3-sack games and earning Player of the Week awards twice. But guys, this is being recorded after I was sick over the last few weeks, and I just want to give you guys a big shout out for all your support and thank you for sticking with me. We have surpassed 200 subscribers, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you, and I can't wait to continue to get back to our regular schedule with this Seahawks franchise. Before the episode ends, I have some things I want to go through, starting with Kendrick Duhan with the big interception at the end of the game. He is revealed to have star development, but he's playing more like a superstar in my opinion. And we are still waiting for the development of McCullough and Ben Silas and Christopher McLeod to be revealed as well. But this past offseason, I vowed to be very aggressive during free agency, and it's paying off very nicely. Odafe Oweh was someone I needed on this team, and he already is surpassing what I was expecting out of him, even though he was off to a slow start. He already has his career high in sacks with 7 and plenty of more games to go. Next game will be against the Arizona Cardinals at home. They've given us so many issues, especially on the ground game, but they will suffer a big time loss losing Marvin Harrison Jr. to injury, so we will be dodging another big time receiver. One question I do have for the chat, do players still get development upgrades in practice? I know they did this in Madden 24. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any extra perks in these practice drills. It could be that I just haven't had any luck with this. But let me know in the comments section below along with any other feedbacks you may have. Thank you guys so much again. Please subscribe and like the video, and let's get to 300 subs together. Have a happy new year and take care. Till next time, I'm Monkey C, and I'm out.